goal. Gusto returns, Shaloba and Madisho Kuhea back for Caicedo and Gallagher, the two that's holding. Madueke, Palmer, Mudryk and Johnson leading the line. It's a traditional kit for Brighton in their blue and white stripes kit. Chelsea with a changed blue. It's more of a navy blue with spirals of their natural blue that they have on their kit. It's a gorgeous summer's day down by the coast for this Premier League game. It's going to be Chelsea to kick things off for us here, shooting from right to left in the sunshine. And with Europe on the mind, and for long periods of time this season, Chelsea have found themselves in the bottom half of the table and have an opportunity tonight, especially with Manchester United taking on Newcastle United, two teams that they're competing with for the Europa League spots, to go ahead of Newcastle and Manchester United and find themselves in a Europa League spot for next year. Now with Doug, the captain of Brighton, inside his own penalty area, lays it to Lewis Webster. Just come out penalty boxing, immaculate pitch tonight from the Amex Stadium. Marcus Salisbury's our referee. Lamptey picks it from the halfway line, goes in the middle, but there's a player that's down. Crystal Palace has been bundled over completely by a Chelsea man. Chelsea can win 4 consecutive Premier League games for the first time tonight since October 2022. Cole Palmer has been involved in 31 Premier League games this season, 21 goals and 10 assists. Only Ollie Watkins has been involved more than Cole Palmer. An amazing debut season for the Englishman. The free kick is around about 30 yards away from the penalty area of Brighton, down the right hand channel, whacked forward, looking towards João Pedro. The head is out for Badiashile, outside his own penalty area. It falls to Mudryk near the left hand touchline, takes it back to Kukurea, Kukurea to Gallagher. Kukurea back now to Badiashile, just outside his own penalty area, rolls the ball across the deep, now to Chalobah. Chalobah now on that right hand side to Malagusto, who's come back to the side. Chalobah playing the ball back into the penalty area to Petrovic. Arsenal, Chelsea now, it's outside the penalty area now for Badiashile, who's driving forward with the orange boots. He's 10 yards away from the halfway line now, puts the ball to Kukurea, who's now playing this inverted role that suited Chelsea in this run they've been on. Results against West Ham and Nottingham Forest have been really pleasing for Chelsea, and of course beating Spurs at home. Coming into this game, those are the 3 games that they've won. Caicedo's played the ball right back to his goalkeeper, who has the ball in the penalty spot. And lays it back now to Badiashile. Badiashile, a little bit of pressure from Brighton, finds Caicedo in the middle. It's poked towards Gallagher in the centre circle, still in Chelsea's half. Gusto's there, plays on the right hand side, looking toward Madueke. Gusto still in his own half, plays it back to Caicedo. Caicedo back to Gallagher. It's a high line now here from Chelsea. Kukurea on the left hand touchline has it. It's been pressed well though by Brighton, and all the way back to Petrovic. Good start from both sides. The ball been pinged around nicely by Chelsea, but Brighton not letting them out at all. The ball's with Petrovic once again in the Chelsea goal. He finds a way to Badiashile, gives it to Caicedo, plays a 1-2 Jackson, centre of the pitch. He drives into towards Brighton's half, plays onto the right hand side to Noni Madueke. He's got 2 around him. Noni Madueke, he's on his left foot, shoots, good save, and a dunk, kicks it away for a corner. Now Brighton going down low to the left of him. Noni Madueke picking the ball up from a lovely ball from Caicedo, driving the centre of the field, played on to the right hand side. Madueke drove into the box, put on his left foot. He was up against Igor, took him to the shops, and then the goalkeeper made the smart save. Bright yellow jersey for the Brighton man. And the first set piece tonight goes to the hosts, to the visitors rather, to the confident far side. Palmer looking towards Madueke. It's dealt with well by Brighton. It's Nkunku clears it. Still with Chelsea just outside the penalty box, down that right hand side. Palmer's right there, drives towards the byline. He's up against Gilmore. Checks this to Gallagher outside the penalty area with the space still down the right side. Lovely reverse ball by Gallagher, looking towards Mudryk. Found the net early on against Nottingham Forest and Saturday. Kukurea's pumped this to the far post, looking towards Jackson, who's in the end kicked that backwards. He's giving it towards Noni Madueke. He goes to, still has the ball. Big early start this from Chelsea. Brighton 0, Chelsea 0. Chelsea know that win tonight. They put them in a fantastic opportunity and position to finish in the top 6. After being out of those positions for the majority of the season, with the fixtures to count for Newcastle and Manchester United playing each other tonight. That's a throw on the far side. It's equal to take it. halfway, which does reach at that point and drifts in towards the Chelsea's half. It's now Kukuela outside the centre circle in his own territory. It's back to Badishil. Badishil are now towards Buildup. Buildup back towards Badishil. Inside Chelsea's own half. Back to Petrovic now. Using the penalty area for Chelsea. It's poked back out to Kukuela. And the central on the left hand side. Gives the ball to Gallagher. Gallagher 30 yards away from the halfway line. Gives to Kukuela. Kukuela is giving the ball away, and it's the first time we're seeing Brighton step up and win it. And he's actually pulled Lamptey down. Of course, Kukuela back at his old ground. Of course, against his former side, made the move 2 summers ago. Kukuela in 2022. De Zerbi there, happy with that effort. So it's a good opportunity this for Brighton to swing the ball in. It's a free kick about 10 yards off the right hand touchline to the near side from we are from the Amex Stadium. Chelsea's high line's right outside the D, so it's a defensive line. It's quite high from Chelsea, and it's around about 25 yards this free kick. So it's an excellent opportunity for them to whip it in. It's going to be right footed for Pascal Gross. Swinging to the far side, it's picked off by Chelsea back. That will be a corner kick. To take this corner, first corner for Brighton. Burson, Webster in the middle of the side, just halt proceedings for a bit. Conversation with Dunk in the middle, and Kukuela. Kukuela still holding Dunk. It's one to definitely watch. It's thrown back, flips out to Dunk, and it's headed away by Gallagher. It's cleared away. Another corner in the near side for Brighton. It's coming through Pascal Gross. Right footed on that near side. Swung in towards Dunk again, but Badishil is there to clear away. It's Michael Gross, first time pull back in, cleared away by Gallagher. Palmer's in there, they clip Palmer in the penalty box, and the referee decides that's going to be a free kick to Chelsea. They do get it away. Brighton Chelsea 0. Scores through today. Salisbury making the decision. Chelsea standing firm from those 2 set pieces coming from the near side. Kukuela having a bit of a battle, using outside the penalty area. There's Shield just outside the penalty box. He drives towards the byline, hammers it down the left hand side for Mudryk, who's explosive pace up against Dunk. He forces the ball off Dunk, referee decides that's a free kick. Mudryk hitting the back of Dunk, who's on the byline. He dropped down. Frightening pace from the Ukrainian. And Webster's there to clear also. Brighton 0, Chelsea 0. Taken by Wigan, who's really been in action after Molly Medwake's effort down low. Lamptey's got the ball 10 yards away from his own penalty area. It's gone into the middle by Buoyed. Pedro's ball now midway through the Brighton half. It'll be a free kick to the host, Badishil, is the player that brought down Pedro, who made the move in the summer from what could be a fruitful one to the south coast. And for Brighton, they can still finish at the top 8. Results go their way. They were able to beat Chelsea tonight and beat Manchester United on Sunday. They would leapfrog Eric Ten Hag's team if Manchester United were to lose tonight to Newcastle United. So to play for tonight, these 2 sides. That won't lead into European position. Third consecutive finish in the top 10. Something that's very appealing for Brighton. It's Big Webster who is with the ball for Brighton on the back line. He's played alongside Dunk. Now played to Marcel Connors. He's under pressure from Gallagher, so to go back to Verbruggen. Gallagher and Palmer putting the press. Brighton get away with it and get out of it superbly. He sends it into the middle now to Pedro in his own over the halfway line. Then the ball in the centre circle, spreads this down to Lamptey. Lamptey approaching penalty area, diagonal ball to Odinga. First time shot to Odinga and it just goes wide. Lovely move from Brighton. They broke the press away from Chelsea. They moved the ball from right to left. And then that just went wide. Wonderful effort there in the end. The goalkeeper completely rooted to the spot. It's just taken by Petrovic, this goal kick. Petrovic now, they're still with the ball, they've given it away. Back to Brighton, inside their own half. Chelsea. Kukurena's come with a crunching challenge. It's bleeding to the referee. 10 gone here. Brighton 0, Chelsea 0. And the foul of buoyed has completely taken the player away. So another set piece for Brighton. It's a couple now being tallied. This one is dead centre, around about 15 yards away from the penalty area. Looks like it's going to be Gilmour to swing this in. Chelsea again with that high line outside their penalty area. Corella in the end is bleeding, so he's going to come off and get some treatment. So they're going to be down to around about 10 players for this. So it's flicked in by Pascal Gross, looking towards the far side. It's flicked on by a Brighton player. It does drop to buoyed in the middle, and then Palmer clears it away. Back now with Caicedo. Caicedo's got this for Jackson. That's now flying to the fine side. Now to Mudryk. Mudryk now running out this Brighton defence. A lot of pace around it. He's got Palmer to the right of it. Checks his back. Palmer shoots. It's right at Verbruggen. And that is comfortable for the Brighton goalkeeper. Stays 0-0. So Kukurena's back onto the pitch. So it's 11v11, and Chelsea have the ball down this right hand side outside the penalty area. It's Alaba who has it. No press by the Brighton players at the moment. It floats it to the right towards Gusto. Gusto back towards Badia's Shield. Chaloba's there. All this plays outside the centre circle. Centre circle, watching that to the right hand side. Look at him, Adwaki. Instead of Chalobah has the ball 30 yards away from his penalty area down the right. Oh, it's given away by Gallagher. Excellent work this now by Buoyed. He's finding himself everywhere. Here's Gilmour. 30 yards from the penalty area. It's intercepted by Gallagher. And it's won by midweek. He gives it back to Gallagher, the captain of Chelsea. He's floating now to Gusto. He finds himself in an inverted position also. It's met by the halfway line by Dunk, who hammers this up the field. And João Pedro battling Petrovic, and Petrovic is able to jump and win the ball. And the referee decides that's a bit too much aggression shown by João Pedro. 20 gone in this game. Brighton 0, Chelsea 0. Kukurea gives the ball to Mudryk over the halfway line. It's intercepted by Brighton. It will be a throw-in to them just outside the technical area. And Michel Pochettino not happy with that decision that's given in terms of not being given the penalty. Dunk has the ball 30 yards away from his own penalty area in the back line. He's throwing the ball towards Buoyed now. Here's Gilmour. Senzo's there also. He drives towards the penalty area, but still around about 30-40 yards away from Chelsea's territory in the danger area. It's now back in the halfway line with Dunk. Dunk now into Pascal Gross. Gross into Gilmour. There's a triangle happening between with Nico Jackson in the middle. Ivesenko, Gross and Gilmour trying to progress the ball forward. Brighton. It's the first time they've really settled on this in this game, really, on the ball. Igor back to Dunk. It's in the centre circle with Pascal Gross. Slips the ball to Gilmour. Gilmour trying to approach the halfway line. That's flicked now to the right hand side. For where Buoyed is, it's where Lamptey is also inside Chelsea's half now. It goes back to Gross. Gross on the halfway line to Webster, the Brighton centre back. It's the Dunk. Dunk flicking this long look toward Dinga. Gusto lets the ball bounce. He gives it back to his goalkeeper. He gobbles up instantly inside his 6-yard box. Stays Brighton 0, Chelsea 0. Good work there from Malo Gusto. Malo Gusto has it. Gives the ball to Chalobah. Chalobah on to Barry Shield. Shield just outside the penalty area. Floating this back to the goalkeeper, and Nico Jackson can become the first player to see Chelsea to score in 4 consecutive Premier League games since Mason Mount did that back in 2022. Jackson been in good form, and the cameras just panned to Reece James, who provided the assist for his goal against Nottingham Forest on the weekend. Petrovic has the ball for Chelsea inside his own penalty area. No pressure from the Brighton players. He uses his right foot to toss it towards Gallagher. Gallagher chests it down and keeps it alive. All this play still in Chelsea's half. Then they get the ball. Kukurea goes past the halfway line down the left-hand channel to give this towards Mudryk. Interception really well by Webster. The referee gives the free kick in the end to Chelsea. Webster bit twice for Mudryk. Got the ball and then he just had a little nibble with his right foot. The referee decides that Chelsea should have possession. It's with the visitors, with Gusto over the halfway line. Give the ball to Caicedo. Puts us back to Chalobah. Chalobah now just outside the centre circle, inside Chelsea's half. Gives the ball to the left of that centre circle to Badiashile. Badiashile back to Chalobah here. It's Brighton 0, Chelsea 0. It's tucked down the right hand side with Palmer. Palmer under pressure by 2 Brighton players. In the end, he loses out Cole Palmer, and it'll be a throw in on that far side to Brighton. Of course, Thiago Silva, who's on the bench, is leaving Chelsea end of the season, so his last game will be at Stamford Bridge on Sunday against Bournemouth. He's on the bench tonight. He's now back to Femiz in Brazil. Igor will take this throw on the halfway line. It's given to Gilmour. It's about to Igor back in his own half. He floats all the way towards Webster. Webster takes his time, takes 2 touches before giving it back to Dunk, who's behind it. He's only about 10 yards away from his own penalty area. Brighton going to build from the back. A couple passes between Dunk and Gilmour on the back line. They edge closer to the halfway line for Igor. Put under pressure. Great work. Gives to Pascal Gross. He's going to be more adventurous with his pass. Gives to Lamptey. Hugging the right hand touchline inside Chelsea's half. It's given with Pascal Gross. It goes into the centre circle. Right footed inside Chelsea territory. Lamptey now 30 yards away from the Chelsea penalty area. Driving at Kukurea. Lamptey floats to right footed. It's the left-handed Kukurea, gives to Pascal Gross. Here is Lamptey trying to approach the byline. Chelsea being held here by Brighton 0-0. Lamptey's ball goes all the way back to the halfway line where Dunk is. It was a missed hit from the Ghanaian. Dunk towards Eagle. Eagle just chucks that back to Dunk. Bang in the centre circle now. The kickoff spot is with Dunk. Dunk threading that to Gross. Gross looking towards Lamptey. Lamptey up against Kukre again. He floats his ball looking to the far side. His header goes up and it goes wide. Hit the head by Nkunku. He's urging the crowd to make some more noise. But that's better from Brighton. That's what we're used to from a Roberto De Zerbi team. Getting the ball quickly. Pascal Gross involved. Moving the ball to Lamptey. Twisting and turning. And throwing the ball into the middle. And then Nkunku's header just goes wide. It was a good leap. Chelsea defenders didn't jump with him. They've troubled the goalkeeper immediately. Ziva Chalobah in his own penalty area. Passes the ball now to Caicedo. Really good ball because Caicedo's got the legs to drive into Brighton's half. No one's putting pressure to Caicedo to be able to travel the ball really far to give the ball to the right hand side to Nolly Madueke. Goes into the penalty area. Excellent challenge by Igor. The referee in the end is actually giving a free kick to Brighton. Brighton go on down the left hand side. In the middle now by Edinga. Edinga to Buoyed. Still in Brighton's territory. Webster's got to float this towards Lamptey. Lamptey couldn't keep hold of the ball because it was hit with so much venom by Webster into Lamptey. I don't know why he hit the ball so hard. Here is Badiashile for Chelsea. Badiashile now over the halfway line to Gallagher. Palmer will flick into the middle towards Mudryk. Lovely ball down low by Palmer. Mudryk can make it stick. Life's work by Edinga. He's giving the ball away. Here's Malo Gusto. He's going to have a shot here, right footed. He's going to go for it, but very good effort. And he pushes it out. Malo Gusto going for it. Coming off that right back position onto his left foot and letting fly a good strong hand by the Brighton goalkeeper. For 1 second it just felt it was going to drop behind the goalkeeper into the net. It was deflected also. Malo Gusto let him fly. And we're seeing Kukre and Gusto go into those inverted positions. Something new from Chelsea these last few months. And Pochettino's enjoying that. Their third corner, Palmer's ball is missed by everybody, including Jackson, who was the nearest to it. Dunk by the byline, plays this to Pascal Gross. Gross hits the ball across Kukre, and it's going to be a throw in midway through Brighton's half for the home side. Brighton 0, Chelsea 0. Roberto De Zerbi sporting a black turtleneck and grey trousers. Still have the ball in their territory. Brighton, it's still a couple of throw-ins. To De Zerbi looking on weary-eyed. That throw-in to be taken. It is taken. Lamptey has it now. Lamptey, good work. He threw around him. And he's actually giving the ball away to Kukre, but then Kukre has returned the favour and giving it towards Brighton. Brighton just outside their own centre circle. Gives it towards Nkunku. Nkunku now in towards João Pedro. João Pedro slips. Referee says, get up. Even though Chalobah is pleading his innocence, and his innocence has been adjudged to be correct by the referee. It's Gallagher now. As Nkunku trying to put pressure on this Chelsea back line. It's still with Chalobah now. Cucurella makes it a 3 in midfield. So what happens, you see Chelsea make it a 3-4-3 very well when either Cucurella or Gusto go into that 3 position. Caicedo, the last 9 of that midfield. It books the ball that right hand side over Malo Gusto inside Chelsea's half. No Brighton player creating the press. Chelsea have to find a way to break this Brighton team down. Brighton very rigid, very structured. They won't break away from their structure. Here is Gusto infield to Jackson. Lovely work from Nicholas Jackson, deep to get the ball. Now he's running at this penalty area. Referee decides to give them a free kick because Dunk pushes Jackson down. Dunk screams, how is that a foul? Well, Dunk, you just pushed him down. Excellent work from Jackson. In the ball on the half turn, on the halfway line. Skipping past the Brighton player and then driving at the penalty area. It's a very good position, right on the edge of the penalty area, right of the deep, so right hand side of the penalty area. Around about 5 yards. And Gallagher and Palmer over it, the usual set piece suspects for this Chelsea side. who are looking, of course, to get themselves into the top 6 tonight, with Manchester United and Newcastle United playing each other. It's a good opportunity as it stands. They would leapfrog both. A draw may be enough if that score stayed the same. So we're still waiting for this free kick to be taken. Kukurea and Chalobah and Badiashile and Jackson inside the penalty area, with Odingra and Buoyed and João Pedro's the 3-man wall. Gallagher's just taken a few steps back. It's going to be Palmer though, left-footed, hits the 3-man wall, comes back to Palmer. He ends up hitting on him Medwaki, and Odingra is now able to play on the break and give the ball towards João Pedro. In the end, Gallagher can't take any chances, hammers it out of play and into the stands, down the halfway line. It will be a throw-in to Brighton. Oh, 30 gone at the Amex Stadium between these two sides. He played a 5-goal thriller back in December. Chelsea victorious 3-2. There's a bit of controversy there with Chelsea getting a penalty. Now they're down to 10 players for the majority of the second half, for the whole second half. They've got a player sent off in the first. Chelsea, it was Conor Gallagher that was removed. Here's Buoyed. He's 25 yards away from Chelsea's penalty area. He's the 1-2 of João Pedro. Odingra uses his right foot to angle another shot that goes high and wide of Petrovic's goal. He's had a few sights of goal. Odingra coming onto that right foot from that right-hand side. From the left-hand side. On that right foot. Just not been able to find it on target. Petrovic to take this goal kick. Dunk is on the ground receiving treatment. That'll be a worry for Brighton. If you look at the options on the bench for them from a centre-back position, there's not much there for them. Fatty's on the bench. He's been on loan from Barcelona. Adam Milana, of course, who's leaving the club in the summer. He's on the bench. Moda, a summer signing. He's more of a midfield player. Welbeck, of course, when Heck is injured, so is Esbunyan into Wood and Milner, Matoma and March. And Veltman is also out, so Belbar is going to come on. So I do wonder how Brighton will deal with this. He's going to slot in the centre-back position to lose their captain. He's on a yellow card, of course. After 32 minutes is far from ideal in a game that's been very tight. Manchester United to come on Sunday, and that'll be it for Brighton. We'll see the last we'll see of Dunk, who is jogging off. Looks like he's able to shake it away, but Roberto De Zerbi doesn't seem to be taking any chances for his captain. That's one to watch. Belba is ready to come on and strict. Dunk has jogged off, is holding his left knee. Maybe that was a doubt at the beginning of the game. But Chelsea will play on, playing with 11 players, so Brighton down to 10. Building the ball from the back. Here it is, Chalobah. Chalobah now in towards Caicedo. Caicedo floating this to Badiashile, who goes over the halfway line. Badiashile checking this to Gallagher, hugging the touchline. Dunk still getting treatment on that touchline. Right in front of us is Caicedo. Gives the ball to Palmer. Palmer looking towards Nodi Medwaki. Kukureya's there. Here's Mudryk. Mudryk floated this now to Gallagher. Kukureya's there. Palmer is close to the wall. Flicked it through! And guess who for Chelsea? It's a good header. And it's a goal from Cole Palmer. Kukureya in towards Palmer. Headed it past the goalkeeper with ease. And it's the man of the moment, the man of the season for Chelsea. Time and time again, that provides the goods. A well-worked move, and Chelsea make the man advantage pay. Dunk wasn't in the middle, Palmer was, and it's that celebration, just a shivering celebration that's been shown here at the Amex Stadium. Mudryk towards Kukureya, hitting the byline, and Palmer heading over the goalkeeper to make it Brighton 0, Chelsea 1. Just what Chelsea needed at a time where the game was starting to fizzle out and just become a bit more of a scrap. They've poked themselves in front with a lovely goal from Cole Palmer. His 22nd Premier League goal in his debut season for the West London club. It's really good at him because what he does, he accelerates the ball past the goalkeeper. It's just launched that above Van Bruggen. Brighton 0, Chelsea 1 at the Amex Stadium. Palmer, the goal scorer. Well, Dunk's still on the field. He's not been taken off. He's now returned. Boy, they missed him for that move. Could have been a costly couple of minutes. One to watch, of course, Dunk. Ogaba ready to come on and stripped. He's now sitting on the bench. Chalobah. And now towards Chalobah. Outside the penalty area for Chelsea, down the right of the D. Just back to Petrovic. Switch now to Berdashil to Gallagher. Magnificent header. 25 goals in all competitions now for Cole Palmer. Cucurella with the assist against his former club. It was a lovely ball. It's Cucurella on the ball again for Chelsea. Gallagher. There is a Chelsea player down. That's Palmer or Mudryk. Seems to be a head injury. And it's Mudryk who's just gone down and isn't moving at the moment. So referee's halted proceedings. He collided with a Chelsea player or Brighton player? It looked like he collided actually at the end with a Brighton player. It was Cole Palmer screaming at the referee to make a decision here regarding the halting of the game. It's been happening. Mudryk gives time for also Dunk. It's a Lamptey and Mudryk who are in trouble. Chelsea supporters are the ones that are in a good voice singing. Haven't missed anything here live on Flash Score. Audio commentary have you covered for the last day of the Premier League. You can keep up to date with all the news and latest scores for the final days in the Bundesliga on Saturday, the final day of the Premier League. Audio commentary Hoffenheim versus Bayern Munich is available. Audio commentary of all 10 Premier League games is also available for you this Sunday, including Manchester City against West Ham and Arsenal versus Everton, where the title will be decided in Manchester City's hands after Spurs lost yesterday 2-0 to Manchester City. 2 goals from Erling Haaland has put Pep Guardiola's side on the cusp of history of winning 4 straight English league titles, including the Premier League, of course. Relegation battle seems to be decided with Sheffield United and Burnley being relegated. Luton need a miracle. They need to score plus 10 goals by Fulham to overturn a heavy goal difference they have over Nottingham Forest, and Forest will have to lose on Sunday in their game for Luton to stay out. Mudryk is still getting treatment here at the Amex Stadium. We've not missed anything on Flash Score. It's still Brighton 0, Chelsea 1. In the other game tonight in the Premier League, it's Manchester United 0, Newcastle United 0. 24 minutes gone in that game. But what a goal it was from Cole Palmer. It was worked well by Chelsea. They broke the lines in the middle. Palmer played the ball to Mudryk. Mudryk then found Cucurella. Cucurella played it back to Mudryk, threaded it back to Cucurella, who hit the byline, pulled it back, and Palmer's on-rushing in, headed in, looping past the goalkeeper, and just such a good header from a man who scored 25 in all comps, 22 in the Premier League. I don't think even him, anybody in the Chelsea recruitment team would have believed he would be such a pivotal and fantastic signing as he's been so far. He is now 5 goals away from Erling Haaland. He scored 2 more than Alexander Isak in the top goal scoring chance. It was the second top goal scorer in the Premier League, and when you're in a Premier League with Erling Haaland, they should have your own competition, because you know Haaland's going to get his own goals. Shows the feat of Palmer. A lot of people talk about the penalties, of course, but this is a goal that shows the other side of a wonderful talent. There's Cole Palmer, who's up, of course, for Young Player of the Season. I'm sure he's favourite for that award. We're up and running again in this game with Brighton over the halfway line. Midweek is still getting treatment, so it's Chelsea's time to play with 10 players. They're turning to do that. It's floated back now to Webster from Lamptey inside his own half now. Webster to Dunk. Dunk floating this to Igor. Can Brighton respond? So now with Gilmore giving the ball to Webster. It's over the halfway line. Starts to try and float that down the right to Lamptey. Here's Lamptey. Three-way in the middle. Good work by Lamptey up against Kukurea. And Kukurea just pushes him away. That will be a goal kick to Chelsea. Petrovic in the goal for Chelsea. He's taken his opportunity this season also. When you think about injuries to Robert Sanchez, who's a former Brighton goalkeeper, of course. It's interesting battle that Lamptey right back against his former teammate Kukurea, right left hand side. It's Petrovic who floats this long, looking towards Jackson. It looks like Nkunku is about to come on. A forgotten man maybe for Chelsea this season. Mudryk the knock is too much. He'll be replaced a couple minutes away from the half-time whistle. Christian Nkunku, he played a few games. The Frenchman really struggled with injuries, and he's come on now for Mudryk, so that's a change. Christian Nkunku on for Mudryk. It's Buoyed on that far side, and now the change will be made. Also seems that Dunk has shaken off that injury and moves off the pitch for Palmer's goal. Well, Chelsea have earned 29 points in 2024, with only the top three clubs in Liverpool, Arsenal and Manchester City in terms of the table collecting more. It's been a turnaround since they lost to Wolves away at Molineux Christmas Eve. They have the best results during Christmas and New Year's. Lost to Wolves at home actually in February the 3rd, but since then they've just been able to churn points. Did have a few draws against relegated sides. They drew 2-2 at home to Burnley, and they drew 2-2 to Sheffield United. But since that win over Manchester United, they've galvanised a lot of confidence. Of course, Cole Palmer with a hat-trick that night, and has put them in this position where they're looking at finishing top 6, and it's looking like Michel Pochettino's turning a corner. Gallagher's just given a free kick away just outside Brighton's penalty area. He just was a bit too forceful. And Lamptey, the right back for Brighton, pushing him down. Brighton 0, Chelsea 1 the score here, live on Flash Score. It's with Pascal Gross towards Gilmore. Igor. Just outside his own half. It's the ball going long. Looking towards João Pedro. João Pedro up against Paddy Shaw. Paddy Shaw heads us back towards Petrovic. It's rolled out to Caicedo. So looking towards Gallagher. Looking out to Kukurea. Caicedo put under pressure. Nice work there by Caicedo. Caicedo edging forward. Referee says the ball's given to Jackson. Nico Jackson angles the ball to the right hand side now to Christian Nkunku. Madueke's there also, plays to Gusto. Back to Palmer, deflected, and it just goes over. And it will be a corner. Dunk was in the right place at the right time. Palmer fancying his chances, being involved in everything. Gusto putting it back, and then Palmer, his shot just grazed Dunk. I don't know if that hit his hand or anything, but it hit his midriff, and it will be a corner. Nothing really much real complaints from the Chelsea players. It's floated in as we hit a 45th minute in this game. It's back with Nkunku. Halfway line. It's cleared away by Brighton from that corner. Still with Chelsea. Back with all the way to their goalkeeper. And it puts them 6th. Chelsea, as it stands, puts them 5 clear of Manchester United in 8th. That's pivotal because it would secure European football, which depends on what European football it would be. That would be Europa League, Europa Conference. Gilmour towards Eagle. Back to Verbruggen. Back towards Webster. The phone is to Lamptey. Checking this back. Looking towards Dunk. He's giving the ball away, and Nkunku is there to pick it up. Just going to see how many minutes are going to be added on. 9. On the back end of this first half. No surprise due to the delays of VAR, Dunk's injury, and Mudrik's also. So 3 points of this game, and leading up to 9 being added on. Brighton have a throw in deep in Chelsea's half on that far side. Need more from Brighton moving forward. Here is Faisal Gross, only in the game but just literally up the field as Badiashile claps in towards a Brighton player. So the free kick to Brighton midway through Chelsea's half. Dead centre. Gilmour's over it. 4-0 between Manchester United and Newcastle United. Buoyed throw this towards Gilmour. Gilmour on towards Igor. Igor flips the ball to Buoyed. That's a lovely work here from Buoyed. Plays this now towards João Pedro. Edunga is in there. 3 in the box, and it skittles away from everybody. And that goes out for a throw-in to Chelsea. Edunga looks like he's offside. Towards Petrovic. He will take this free kick. Gives the ball towards Badiashile. Badiashile now to Kaba. Java throwing this to Edunga. Edunga's finding the ball to João Pedro. He's in the penalty area here. João Pedro teeing us up to Gross. And that's cut out well by Chalobah. Here's Caicedo. He slips. Brighton will have to come out in the second half with just more purpose in their play. Chelsea have shown a vulnerability throughout. So Gilmour, here's to Igor. There has been a goal in the game between Manchester United and Newcastle United. Gone to the hosts in Manchester United. It's their first goal since April 27th for Erik ten Hag's men. It's Kobe Mainoo who's got the goal, so that impacts this game and at least impacts Chelsea's ambitions. Not too much because Chelsea are in the driving seat regarding a European spot, but it does put Manchester United level on points with Newcastle. It's a good result for Chelsea. It's a far superior goal difference ahead of Manchester United and have a 3-point lead as it stands over Erik ten Hag and Eddie Howe's men. And they do have a free kick near the touchline. Just halfway point, you would say, inside Brighton's penalty area. So it's a cracking position to deliver this ball on that near side for Chelsea to really put themselves with some daylight. The second here would do the trick. Cole Palmer's having a word with Thiago Silva. Conor Gallagher is the player that's over it at the moment. So we still wait for the set piece to be taken. It's a really good position. So many bodies in the penalty area. Badiashile's a player at the far side. It goes towards a Chelsea player. Cleared away. Goes towards Gallagher. Here's Edunga. Kukurea has been everywhere tonight. Wins the ball back. He's floating this to Jackson. Noddy Madueke's there. Edge of the penalty area. Gives us back to Jackson. Right hand side. First hand ball. And the ball finds itself into the net. It's Jackson. Chelsea have a second, or do they? Oh, the referee is going to consult VAR. It looks like it was a pinpoint cross for Madueke and a pinpoint header from Nico Jackson to make it Brighton 0, Chelsea 2. And there's always that confusion if when a goal goes in, it's going to stand. He's just offside. Nico Jackson, say just, he's a foot off. He's right behind Lamptey. Lamptey, of course, not the tallest fellow to play in defence in the Premier League. So Jackson's just towering presence was over. Good decision by the linesman on the far side. From the naked eye, it looked like it was a goal to Chelsea. Is that the case? Down the left-hand side, it goes for Brighton. Of course, here's Nkunku. That's so close. Just checking it back towards Webster. So just outside the centre circle. And it's back towards Webster, put under pressure. In the end by Nico Jackson. Let's get forward. Long ball there by Lamptey. The winner there by Nkunku. Nkunku, a few touches for him. Oh, lovely work from Nkunku. Skipping past two players in the penalty box. They're outside the boot, looking towards Jackson. It's gone out of play for a corner for Chelsea. Baddy Shields, the player that played the ball towards Jackson for that offside goal. It's going to come now from the near side, this corner for Chelsea. They've had bundles of corners throughout this first half. Looking to end this first half on a high, of course. We've played 7 minutes of the 9. It's their 5th corner of the half. It's taken by Nkunku, funded up, looking towards Nkunku. Clearance away. Here is Gallagher. Gallagher back to Palmer. Lovely work here from Cole Palmer. Puts in the middle. Jackson. Oh, he has to make it too. He really does. It's a splendid ball from Cole Palmer on his left foot. Swings that just outside the penalty area on the left hand side of the penalty box. Jackson's free in the middle. It finds Jackson and he sticks his boot at it. He sticks it over the bar. Brighton 0, Chelsea 1. Webster. Towards close. Oh, lovely work. Now this from Buoyed. Runs this towards Edinga. Malo Gusto is there to just check it back to Petrovic. Petrovic back towards Malo Gusto. Caicedo picks the ball outside the penalty area. Into the final minute now of the 9. It's been added on in this game. Brighton 0, Chelsea 1. Really, really good first half for Chelsea. Palmer with the goal for Brighton. They've looked fatigued in their approach. The press has been a bit lazy the first 25 minutes. Very structured, but as the game has gone on, Chelsea have flexed their muscles, become more dominant. And Pochettino's message is coming across more to these Chelsea players and potentially to these Chelsea supporters. And maybe having a top 6 finish at the end of the season. That's how it goes. Ball towards Gilmore. Webster. Dunk. Only 7 touches in the opposition box now for Brighton. 13 for Chelsea. You can see where another indicator who's been on top, especially on that final third. Brighton have been able to win the ball and get the ball driving in towards Chelsea's half through Gilmore. He pushes this to Lamptey down the right hand side. Lamptey dinks this to the far side. Oh, what a header from João Pedro. What a save from Petrovic. Right at him, but he had to make it. Quick reflexes. João Pedro reminding everybody what Brighton can do. And that was the last action of the half. Brighton 0, Chelsea 1. And João Pedro's header hitting the crossbar, in fact. Well, it's a good half for Chelsea. They lead through a familiar figure in Cole Palmer. His 22nd goal in the Premier League, his 25th in all competitions for Chelsea. It was a lovely, well-worked move. Cucurella down the left-hand side, putting it back, and a header then came through to Palmer. Brighton have been at 6s and 7s, haven't been good enough in the first half of their standards. Roberto De Zerbi has 15 minutes to change that for them, whereas Chelsea are edging closer to European football being confirmed for them next campaign after the season without. We'll be back for full audio commentary of Brighton versus Chelsea after this interval. At half time, it's Brighton 0, Chelsea 1. of treatment. Already seen a Chelsea player go off due to injury in Mudryk and Nkunku coming on midway through the first half, and we're seeing a change for Brighton in Barco coming on. We're just waiting for who he's coming on for. Barco, the Argentine. Palmer and Madueke make their way onto the field. Chelsea once. Before we get a run down the two sides, it's going to be Brighton who's going to kick things off for us, shooting from right to left. It's confirmation of Barco coming onto the field. Gross going to kick things off. Chelsea in their changed navy blue kit, all the same colour. Brighton their traditional blue and white jerseys. So flung towards Dunk. Thanks to the right hand side, looking towards buoyed, and Dunk's come off. In fact, and it's Barco who has replacing. So Barco is going to play in that centre back position to be a back three for Brighton. Hugo there with Webster. Nice little turn from Nkunku. Nkunku now running in front of this Chelsea back four. Here's Adinga on his right foot, goes down. Referee, well, he doesn't make a decision here. That looks like it potentially could be a penalty. Malo Gusto, who's come off the bench, who's come back out for Chelsea after having that late scare at the back end of the first half, has clipped the Brighton player in the penalty area. We're still on the ground here. Referee hasn't been told to halt play. I'm sure they've had a quick look at that. They have stopped play now. Got some treatments. Malo Gusto, did he take a little touch? No, he just dropped to the ground. He tried to buy the connection rather than Malo Gusto making towards Adinga. So no surprise why VAR haven't intervened. We've seen those being given as penalties. It's Mabrugel in goal, Igor, Barco, Webster and Lamptey in the back four, we believe, although we think there has been a change to their formation to 3-4-3. Gilmore and Gross to the midfield two. Buoyed is there, Sengo and Adinga, and João Pedro leads the line for Brighton. For Chelsea, no changes at the break, just that one change during the first half, and Nkunku coming in. It's Petric in goal, Augusto, Chalobah, Barry, Shaw, Kukurea with Caicedo, Gallagher, midfield two. Madueke's there, Palmer, the goal scorer, and Nkunku off the left, Jackson down the middle for Chelsea. Brighton have started the best out of the two in these early moments in this second half, having the ball down this left hand side. It's now thrown to Chelsea. Augusto, who's playing from that right hand side position. To Caicedo, bringing it back now, looking towards Pedro. Oh, Pedro's won the ball back for Brighton, edge of the penalty area. Kicks the ball, runs into Barry Shield. That's Malo Gusto, back now to Madueke. He clapped on, and won once again by Brighton. Buoyed and is back towards Igor edge of his own half, edge of the halfway line, down the left hand channel, goes in towards Chelsea's territory, finds a bit of way for Adinga, and De Zerbi's team needed a lift going forward, giving the ball to Nkunku, Buoyed and Adinga. But it's Chelsea who've got a lot of space here, looking forwards, and Nkunku, Jackson feeding it through. Jackson just moved the ball a bit quicker, he would have found nearly a goal, and it was an effort that came in from Nkunku from that ball from Jackson. So sharp, the Frenchman. A little disappointment of Chelsea season not seeing him have many more appearances than he's had already, and slipped that to the right hand side off the goalkeeper's goal. Stays Brighton 0, Chelsea 1. Into the middle through Mabrugel, the goalkeeper, looking towards Adinga now down this left hand channel, and he's been clipped to find Malo Gusto. Brighton 0, Chelsea 1. Listen to flash score here. Europa League final, Europa Conference League final, Champions League final, FA Cup final. We currently could be listening to the All-Italian final, if I'm correct. Right now tonight also. So much football coming your way on our website and app with audio commentary, full complement of Premier League audio commentary coming on Sunday, including West Ham away match at Manchester City. City can win the league for a 4th year in a row. Arsenal waiting for any slip up. We'll host Everton. Those 2 fixtures you can definitely hear audio commentary or Co's. Come on. For Duncan's just brought down Gusto for Brighton. So Chelsea have a free kick taken inside Brighton's half, just outside the centre circle. It's with Bloody Shield now. Gives the ball to Gallagher. Gallagher back to Bloody Shield. And Shield hands back towards Petrovic. White green jersey. And it's off to Bloody Shield. And Shield back to Gusto. And back to Petrovic. It's a bit of work. It's from the 2 centre-backs for Chelsea. All the space still in the back line for Chelsea. Switch back to Chalobah. Forward into the middle. Really by Alcedo, and Jackson's the player that has been able to retain possession for Chelsea. Then Webster comes in and just takes out Conor Gallagher. About 25 yards away from Chelsea's penalty area. Cucurella is the one that will take this free kick. Takes it and giving it back towards Badia Shield. Going to put a bit of pressure. And Shield gets it back from Cucurella, who is a bit of time for Caicedo outside the boot, trying to release Jackson. Work by Igor. Nice down there, but it's won by Nkunku. Christian Nkunku's got Nico Jackson to the left and finds it to Jackson. Plays it back Nkunku, now back to Noni Madueke. He's on his left foot. Doesn't pull the trigger at Noni Madueke. And he gives the ball to Palmer. Palmer now to Malo Gusto, who drags the shot wide. So many Chelsea players hovering around this Brighton lineup. And his defence. And Gusto in the penalty area on the right hand side. His effort is fired wide to just jostle back into an onside position, but Christian Nkunku making things stick with Jackson. And Madueke there, of course. Also, Sterling's found himself on the bench in recent weeks. So now for João Pedro. João Pedro is driving to the penalty area. João Pedro's gone all the way, and Cucurella's come there to clear the ball out. Dunga's down battling with Malo Gusto. Still an effort there. And that's launched out. Well by Brighton. We have possession. Cleared well by Chelsea rather than Brighton, but Brighton doing so well to create that opportunity. Webster over the halfway line now, goes into Chelsea's half for Brighton. Down the right hand side now for Lamptey. Lamptey up against Cucurella. It's been an interesting battle. Flips the ball to the left hand side. Cleared away by Badia Shield. And it was Senko's still got a second bite of the cherry as a shot. And Chelsea smother it away. Down this left for Nkunku. Good, really attractive start to the second half of this game. It's flowing well from end to end, and it's Cole Palmer now inside the penalty area for Chelsea, sitting out 2 players including Igor Webster. Webster, the second time of asking, gets his body in between the ball and wins it. So Pascal Gross is able to jottle across over the halfway line, slipping down into the middle. House. Now towards Gilmore. Angling that towards Lamptey. Lamptey gets to the far side. Augusto's ball is kicked away. It's now to Dinger. Augusto's there again. Here is Jackson. The pressure there. Nico Jackson. Some lovely sandwich ball from Noni Madueke. It's received by Jackson. Mariko over the halfway line. Plays it back to Jackson. The flag stayed down here. Palmer and Nkunku are here. This surely will be a goal, and he's messed it up. And the offside flag then comes up, but Jackson's surely got to find Nkunku. Right into the penalty area, and then it's Skittle. Palmer and Nkunku were waiting on the far side. Not surprised that the flag went up. Initially, it looks like Jackson had just gone ahead of the defender, Id Barker. He's just come onto the field during the break. 55 gone here. Brighton 0, Chelsea 1. I believe through that Cole Palmer goal. Though is getting treatment again. Gallagher and Saida having communication with their manager Pochettino on the touchline. Pereira looking weary-eyed. It's still 1-0 to Manchester United in the other game tonight. Second half just kicked off there. What a challenge this was from Cucurella with João Pedro steaming it, beaten a few Chelsea players for acceleration, strength and aggression, bundling his way in towards the penalty area, and then Cucurella just inside the 6-yard box, sweeping it away. Brighton have it now down this far side, inside Chelsea's half. It's with Lamptey. He just jostled his way into the penalty area. He's away now to Webster. Webster looking towards Gilmour. Gilmour now to Barco. Barco the time shoot with the reddish hair. Gives this to Gilmour. Flicking this now back towards Webster. Webster number 4 in the back. Uses his right foot to angle this once again to Lamptey. Brighton build up. It's patient. And they find a penetration in towards the penalty area. Trying to thread it past Cucurella. Lamptey still has the ball. Here's Pascal Gross against Badir Shil. Gross has been fouled by Badir Shil, and the referee decides to say, hey, that's not a free kick, be stronger. That is the situation. Now down that right hand side, here is Lamptey. Throw to the middle. Pascal Gross is there. Oh, how's he missed? Oh, what a chance. A ball that's floated into the middle. Down the right hand side, Pascal Gross should have made it 1-1. It bounced past Badir Shil. Gorgeous ball in from Lamptey. And the grounds using his right foot just to sprinkle it go over. Now floated up, Igor, and it's back to Barco. Barco now infield middle to Buoyed. The time now this for Odinga. Odinga can approach the penalty area. And it's free to Gusto. Newcastle United have equalised against Manchester United. It's Anthony Gordon who's found a way through. Manchester United 1, Newcastle United 1. On to watch into the second half, especially if Newcastle United can put themselves in front, because that will impact what they do against Chelsea. Also, of course, Manchester United have that long-standing record spanning all the way from 1984. They've not lost the game and they've gone into half-time leading. But in this game, Brighton have gone into the half-time break trailing. Should have made themselves level through that Pascal Gross chance. They've started the better side in the second half, that's for sure. Gallagher. Going down the right now towards Nkunku. Nkunku into Gallagher. This play still in Chelsea's half. Now towards Barcola. Barcola now to Nkunku. Nkunku into the middle to Barco. Going towards Odinga. inside Chelsea's half down the left-hand touchline. Shepherded it out back towards Igor. Here's Gilmore. Gilmore floated this now to João Pedro into the penalty area. He goes, João Pedro. And it's back to Dinga. Throwing this back. Looking towards Lamptey. Oh, it's giving the ball away to Cucurella, and Chelsea now can go on the offensive through Nico Jackson with Palmer to the left of him. Feeds it to Palmer. Jackson. Nice slick play this from Chelsea. And Nkunku's in the middle. An excellent interception from the substitute bar. But it was fantastic from the Argentine. He's to come on to for Dunk. Just flick up the field. And Augusto will take this front. By Nsenga. I'll give this towards Nsenga. Flips that now towards Dinga. Dinga approaching the penalty area. A few step overs. Goes on his right. That wants to go on his left. Excellent challenge. This time from a Chelsea defender. Making sure that Brighton kind of send through. It's been a really good second half. Free kick, so the corner's going to come from the near side. It's going to be taken actually by Barco. When that's come on, it's left footed, doesn't beat anybody. It seems like a centre back's corner. It does come back towards him. That's a better ball in, and it's met by Badia Shield, who heads that out of play. Augusto headed it away. Finds Cucurella to Gallagher. Gallagher. Midfield to Caicedo. Inside their own half here. Chelsea. The ball towards Midweek. Augusto. And Augusto just decides to, rather than lofting the ball into Brighton's half, just keeps it inside Chelsea territory, about 30 yards away from his own penalty area. Gives the ball to Badishio, who then lays the ball back towards Malo Gusto. Stay back now towards Badishio. Towards Petrovic. Petrovic now to Badishio. Flowing out to Gallagher. It's Gallagher over the halfway line. He's got Nkunku to the left of him. He's got Jackson there also. Here is Nkunku. Reiki waits on the far side. Jackson and Palmer wait. Here is Nkunku. Lays it back to Gallagher. Still Palmer and Jackson in the middle. Cucurella. It's a patient play from Chelsea. Just outside the penalty area. It's laid off. It is Chalobah. Malo Gusto. Tip to Oliver Reiki. Here is Gusto. Puts this into the middle. Lays it back in Nkunku. And he has looked so sharp since coming off the bench. And he's made it 2-0 to Chelsea. Malo Gusto with the cross low. And Nkunku tucking home to double Chelsea's lead, and they've looked on the back foot throughout this second half, but now Nkunku's blowing the balloon, that famous celebration that he adorned so much in Germany for RB Leipzig. He's doing it in the Chelsea blue in the Premier League. He's there with the ball, and it's Nkunku with the goal. with bellowed, and that just may be a game-setting match, and Chelsea heading themselves into the top 6. Yuso's low ball in, it's swept home by Nkunku. Oh, that's a scene running for those travelling Chelsea supporters. And for Brighton, they knocked on the door at the beginning. And they weren't able to break the door down, and Chelsea were able to find their way through. And it was patient play from Chelsea as well. They took their time. They had Palmer and Jackson in the middle when the ball's on the left-hand side. Gallagher, Cucurella, and worked it to the right-hand side. Gusto around to the byline. And then Nkunku, just like a bead to a flower, hammered that in. Well, Reece James is about to come on for Noni Madueke. The Chelsea captain, he's had a horrid time. And Madueke's... Oh, is he refusing to come off? Or is that a mistake? Oh, this is very bizarre. It looks like Noni Madueke's actually refused to come off for Chelsea. The play's restarted. But his number, it was a bit of a surprise that his numbers come off. What's this one to what? So Reece James is definitely about to come on. And here it is, Gilmour floating the ball to the right hand side to Buoyed. Buoyed click, referee says nothing doing. Here's Palmer Steven over the halfway line. So floats this towards Jackson. And taking his time. It's to Malo Gusto. Still wondering who's going to come on. The ball hasn't gone out of play. Bizarre moment there where Noni Madueke's number came up and he apologised and said, no, I'm not coming off. Right now to Barry Shaw. It's a long ball that's floated now to Jackson. So now looking towards Gallagher. Gallagher now to Noni Madueke. These will be the last moments of him in this game. Throw back towards Gallagher. And it's comfortable by Verbruggen. And now Noni Madueke leaves the field. And Reece James comes on to. That was very confusing. Chelsea are moving a step closer to Europe, and at times this year it didn't seem likely. 20 to go. They're going to be in the top 6 after this game. Scored to host Bournemouth on the weekend. Sterling's also got to come onto the field for Chelsea. And Gusto is going to be replaced also. Reece James comes onto the field, gets the armband off Conor Gallagher, the club captain of Chelsea. Now a few changes for Brighton. No one seems happy to come off, which is always good. The passion's there. back end of the season. It's potentially a dead rubber for Brighton in terms of their ambitions here. So Gilmore off, and Bonate off. Balba is going to come on. Danny Welbeck also is coming onto the field. So Welbeck on. Caicedo been urged to carry on and play. It's floating now to Jackson. So now back to Palmer. Cucurella. Gray looking to the far side to where Sterling is. It's cut out by Igor. It's a corner down that far side for Chelsea, who are looking for more goals. They lead by 2. It's from Palmer and Nkunku either side of half time. Is Reece James, the ball that's come into the penalty area, cleared away by João Pedro. Gallagher. And this into the left hand side to Nkunku. Gallagher. It's the ball to Palmer outside the penalty area. 30 yards away. Back to Caicedo. Caicedo back to Palmer. Palmer back to Cucurella in the centre circle. Onto the far side now towards Jackson. Chalobah's there also on the halfway line for Chelsea. He plays the ball back into his own half for Badiashile. And Badiashile into Petrovic. Petrovic still has the ball. Comfortable. To Badiashile into the middle towards Gallagher. Gallagher has been clipped by the Brighton player. So just getting a confirmation of Balba's coming to the field. And he's on the ball on the right hand side here. Looking to Odinga. Odinga floated this towards João Pedro, who was up. It's Nkunku, but Raheem Sterling is there. It's a hammer it down to the left hand side to Nkunku. Could work for this by Christian Nkunku is onside. Passing this to Jackson. Cucurella. Middle now to Alaba. Alaba to Reece James. Alaba towards Caicedo. It's down back to Barco. Back to Fabregas. Bright yellow jersey for the Brighton goalkeeper. Spencer Diana ball back to Barco. Barco, lovely touch into the centre to where João Pedro is. João Pedro infield towards Grace. Grace down to Balba. Dinga to Balba. Nice work. This from Brighton. This is where they've been lacking tonight. That penetration and that real retention of possession, especially in the final third of Chelsea's half, something that they're really dominant with under Roberto De Zerbi. Barco to Igor. And now to the right hand side. They're still with Brighton having the ball 30 yards away from the penalty area. It is Emma throwing the ball back towards Lamptey. Throwing free to Igor. Lovely 40 yards away. Balba having the ball. And now looking towards Gallagher. Gallagher now looking to Nkunku. Nkunku's got to keep the ball back to Caicedo. He's shepherded back to his goalkeeper. So not pumped into the farm, into the middle from the far side, looking towards Welbeck from Lamptey. Chelsea and Belba operating out from that right hand side. Seagulls is there also. And Belba to Barco. Barco into the middle for Welbeck. And Chalabar's there to launch that towards Jackson. And the Eagles got to shepherd that ball away. For James, throwing from the halfway line. She giving the ball away. He's committed a foul. It's illegal. Now for Brighton. Over. Clamping challenge. Skip to the right hand side. Here's a dinger inside the penalty area, flicking and turning, and it goes over the bar when he lets fly on his left foot. Now operating from the right hand side after playing the majority of the game off the left. He peeled onto his left boot, but he still couldn't find any joy. And they've not really tested Petrovic in that Chelsea goal tonight. No problem. Oh, this Caicedo's holding it. He's walking a bit gingerly for a challenge. 15 to go. Gallagher throwing this through towards Sterling. Into Barco. Barco over the halfway line. Good work from Barco against Sterling. Sterling brings him down. It's a yellow card to Raheem Sterling. Seven wins in 30 for Brighton. If this same the relegated teams have taken less points than Brighton since September, and probably the talk ahead of the summer. Roberto De Zerbi is obviously thinking about his commitment to the club. They have a free kick all the way through Chelsea's half. It's taken by Pascal Gross, who hammers this inside the penalty area. Nkunku is there to clear it away. It does fall back to Dingo, who's right hand cross just sprinkles across the penalty area, but it's cleared away by Chelsea and cleared away well. We approach the final 10 of this game. Igor, the halfway line, and in the way to Barco. Barco's ball is loose. It's with Conor Gallagher. Gallagher now to Caicedo. Caicedo now into towards Jackson. Back to Gallagher. This is the ball to Wars Chalobah. Chalobah now into Reece James. Reece James back towards Sterling. Sterling inside his own half. Gives the ball to Cucurella, who instant steps. Gives the ball to Caicedo. Here's the ball for Sterling. Reece James is there. It's a crunching challenge that comes in. He's dunk and he's come off for Barco, and Barco is the one that's steaming forward. And for so is Nkunku. He's been brought down by Caicedo. Caicedo's been booked. 25 yards away from the penalty area. Brighton 0, Chelsea 2, still Manchester United 2, Newcastle United 1. It's a result that really benefits Chelsea, that one. 2 more changes going to come in for Brighton. This free kick's whipped into the penalty area, headed away by Badiashile, but only as far as Webster, who's outside the penalty box on the right hand side. Dunga's trying to keep it alive, and he's done that. He's battling well with Conor Gallagher, who's come on the offensive physically. He's brought to Pascal Gross, and uses his right foot to arch his back down this right hand side for Igor. Places it back to Pascal Gross, had a good chance to make it 1-1. And when it was 1-0 to Chelsea, he's in the penalty area, giving it back to Dunga. Dunga's been faded out. Cucurella's there to clear it away. It's Barbella. Plays back for Brighton inside Chelsea's half, midway through that, and his Nkunku goes for the effort, but it's comfortable for Petrovic. It's comfortably gathered. Barco in the end, who's let fire. Now towards Nkunku. Nkunku was in his own half, gives it back to Gallagher, who's brought down. Referee just says play on those. Cucurella goes down to the far side to towards Caicedo, releases Jackson trying to go ahead, and the goalkeeper's taking him out. And is that going to be a red card? It might just be a yellow half time. It's Brighton 0, Chelsea 1. It's a lovely ball by is this Caicedo. Jackson showing the pace, and I think there was enough Brighton players to cover, hence not the colour being red from the referee. Jackson showing his pace, completely beating the goalkeeper, came in, swiped him just outside the penalty area, anything closer and that would have been a penalty, of course. Ruka is a lucky boy to still be in the field, you have to say. Just checking if that was inside the penalty area. It wasn't. So just VAR had another look at that for sure. Richard Pochettino's not happy at all about that. Still waiting for this free kick to be taken by Chelsea. The usual suspects of Palmer and Reece James and Gallagher over the ball. In fact, Palmer's not over the ball for this one. It's just Gallagher and Nkunku and James that are over it. Reece James takes his time. I'm still waiting for this to be taken. Looks like it's going to be Raheem Sterling. Sterling right-footed, and it's comfortable right into Ruben's hands. He'll be a relief fella. His mistake has not led to more goals being conceded by Brighton. It's a long ball, looking long for João Pedro. Breaks through to Welbeck. 10 yards away from penalty area. Looks to find Odinga, but it's intercepted by Reece James. Reece James could see him playing fit, good anticipation where the ball was going. Palmer inside his own half down the right hand touchline, uses their foot to swing this towards Sterling and Jackson. It's with Lamptey, giving the ball to João Pedro. Seagulls forcing that ball through towards Barco. Just taking this out. 13 attempts for Chelsea, 6 of them have been on target, 8 attempts for Brighton, but only 1 have been on target. Sums up their game tonight. Just haven't been at the races, Brighton. Pedro. This is Dybala. I'm expecting a couple more changes for Brighton to come onto the field. Any moment now, we've been waiting for a while. It is Barco who floats us to Pascal Gross lays us back towards Nkunku. Nkunku to Dingra floating into the middle, looking towards Welbeck. It falls to João Pedro in the middle. Welbeck, can he find a shot? He can't, and it's smothered away by Gallagher. Another ball put in. Oh, what an excellent ball that was from Barco. missing two players in the middle once again. Pascal Gross and Danny Welbeck launching themselves into those headers from that ball. The Chelsea defence standing still. And those, now we see the changes. Lamptey coming off into Fati coming on. Cisco coming off also. So Lamptey and Cisco off, Fati on. And number 42, Faye coming on also for the final 5 minutes of this Premier League game. Of course, Brighton have one home game left. They play Manchester United here on Sunday. Chelsea have their final home game on Sunday. Also, they're home to Bournemouth. Casado pick up the ball in the centre circle. So the lanes towards Reece James, who's clipped on door. Reece James flicking back at Igor. I think there was a bit of frustration from the Chelsea captain. Not happy that he was clipped. Oh, that was necessary, just come back from injury. It was actually João Pedro in the end. So he clipped Reece James, which was fair. And then Reece James just there did kick out. And João Pedro, who is gone down holding his left knee. He's got a bit of strapping on that left knee. Reece James is just apologising, and I think there's a few there just saying that they're both saying no. João Pedro is saying to him, why did you do that? He thinks like he did it on purpose. Reece James saying, no, he didn't. Good old fashioned end of the season drama. But it did look like, so initially, João Pedro clipping James, wasn't happy about that. And James did move in that direction towards João Pedro. VAR check or anything? I think there's a wait at the moment. João Pedro saying, have a look high as he hit me for sure. Let's see what we're going to see here. VAR is having a look at this possible red card, because he does jump towards João Pedro, and João Pedro is having none of it also over Reece James. Reece James wants to apologise again on the game. João Pedro is not interested at all. A possible red card check for Reece James for violent conduct. Still wait here. Referee has been told to look at the monitor, and when that happens, usually that produces a decision. And Reece James can't have any complaints. I think, as I said, it's in the halfway line, right in front of the two technical areas. Initially, it's João Pedro that clips James, free kick. James frustrated. You can tell, of course, he's come back from injury. It was a lazy challenge for Pedro. But what he does, he jumps into Pedro where his knee strapping is. So I wouldn't be surprised. And the red card has been issued out. Chelsea will play the remaining few moments of this game down to 10 players. Reece James has been sent off for Chelsea. Referee had a little look at the VAR in the monitor and has come to that decision. And a straight red card has been readied. João Pedro is a delighted man with that. Reece James not complained it. And his season is done. Reece James, and he gives the armband right back to Conor Gallagher. And that's all happening in the 89th minute of this game. And you'll be able to see highlights, of course, of this game on the FlashScore app. You look at the news written article, there's usually a link to a match highlights, and you'll be able to see this key incident at the end of this game. So VAR have intervened again, and they have numerous times in this game. First for a penalty that wasn't given. Penalty that was given for Chelsea that was overturned not. On this occasion, they were told to go to the monitor, and Reece James has been sent off. Thiago Silva is about to be ready for another final appearance for him. He's come on for Nico Jackson. Goal for the striker of Chelsea. Jackson off. Now for Calabar to take this free kick on the halfway line. How many minutes are going to be added on? 10. Another late show at the end of this half. After 9 minutes in the first period, we're now seeing 10 minutes being added on here. Now for Seagulls. Of course, Fatty and Fire came onto the field just before Reece James was sent off. So 10 minutes to play. The balls of Petrovic. Forcing it down the right hand side for Chelsea. It does find its way down the left for Brighton. Webster reaching the halfway line for Brighton. Well, they've got a man advantage. They have 10 minutes to maybe pull off a late hurrah. It'll be extremely unlikely because Chelsea at the moment are a team that's steaming forward through Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer down the right hand side. Kicking that down. Let's hit the heels of a Brighton player. Throw in for Chelsea. Chalabar's going to take it. The line of where the penalty area is. Throwing that now towards Christian and Nkunku. Back now to João Pedro. Pedro steaming with confidence, trying to go past a couple players. Looking towards this is for Brighton. It's Manchester United 3, Newcastle United 1. Rasmus Højlund's got a third for Erik ten Hag's men. The goal difference is still in disarray. So now a ball that's been spread down to João Pedro. Pedro now into Dinga. And then going to Fatty. Webster's there down that right hand side. Drops in down the middle. Looking towards João Pedro. It's cleared away. And it's Barco. Barco 30 yards away from Chelsea's penalty area. This ball to Igor. Now we're playing 10 minutes of added time. A few substitutions, few delays, VAR checks has led us to this point. Brighton trying to find a way through this stubborn Chelsea defence. Chelsea have looked really good in the attack through Nkunku's replaced midweek midway through the first half. Brighton just lacked ideas tonight. Here's Barco. The worry be about Duncan. He's available to play in their final game. Adam Milano will probably have a run out also. He's at the bench tonight. Here's João Pedro. Against Calabar. He's left hand side of the penalty area. It's a lovely ball that's floated by Gross. And it's a ball that hits the post. Odinga. How close was that? Hitting the bar. Here is Palmer. Over the halfway line it goes. 2 on him, and it is Eagle who's able to side foot the ball into Verbruggen. Odinga again down this right hand side, picking up as the Amex starts to vacate. The Brighton supporters have seen enough for tonight. They're heading back to the Farmer station outside the stadium. And João Pedro didn't release the ball down that left hand side, caused frustration to the player that was waiting for the ball, being a fire. So Welbeck, Odinga, João Pedro, Fati in a fire, all in attack. Pascal Gross playing that shielding role. And here is Fati approaching the penalty area. Caicedo is there to intercept. The ball is launched up, looking there towards Webster. Has to be a Chelsea player holding his left calf. And there goes Fati. Chelsea, they're in a strong position. You would worry for them if they didn't have that 2-goal Christian plays dropping like flies. We've seen Gusto, who's come off earlier in the second half, or Reece James. Obviously Reece James been sent off. Now we see another player here, the captain in Conor Gallagher now, holding his left hamstring. Get a replay of this Odinga chance, operating from the left for the majority of the second period. The ball's floated from Pascal Gross inside the penalty area from that right side. First time volley, it struck the post violently away by Chelsea immediately. So 2 substitutes coming on for Chelsea any moment now. Petrovic just picks the ball up for another ball that's coming from the far side, just comfortably gathered. Far side being the right hand side. So Thiago Silva's come on. Rob Sterling and Nkunku are the changes for Chelsea inside the final 3 minutes of the 10 that's been added on. Stick now to Belba. Now to Marcel Gross. Gross now onto that right hand side to Afia. So towards that right hand side. Back to Igor. Now towards Belba. It's a nice ball. Now to João Pedro on the left hand side. Goes towards the penalty area here. João Pedro. Low ball goal! Danny Welbeck gives Brighton something. In the 98th minute, Danny Welbeck plods home past Petrovic. And the 11 men of Brighton have pulled one back against the 10 men of Chelsea. Are we going to see late drama at the Amex Stadium? Is that red card going to be costly since they've been down to 10 players? Chelsea have struggled to get out of the penalty area. And they've been punished. No clean sheet. Now does Brighton create another opportunity? So Palmer's off, and so is Conor Gallagher for 2 changes. So onto the field comes Ugo Chakwa. Chakwa's come off, so fired forward by Chelsea, all the way back to Verbruggen. Verbruggen now, and onto the field is Castell. So he's on loan to Leicester City this season also. So Castell Uchuga trying to beef up and get some energy into the team. Go back to João Pedro, find us onto the far side. Now 35 yards away from the penalty area. Here's Barco. Barco down towards João Pedro. João Pedro. The ball towards the left. Pedro floats this in. It's flicked off a Chelsea head. This will be a corner for Brighton. It's taken quickly and nearly headed in, but cleared away by Chelsea in the 6-yard box. Bilbao, they're hanging on here. Mr. Pochettino's men desperately need the full-time whistle. Now to Barco. Barco looking to go round Raheem Sterling, but he can't do that. It's cleared away. Now with Igor. Igor filling the ball towards João Pedro. João Pedro halfway through the ball. Towards Pascal Gross on this right hand side. Dinks us into the middle. It's punched out by Petrovic. Webster's outside the penalty area, right off the D. Uses left foot to swing this back into the penalty box. And that will be it for this game. Chelsea hang on by the skin of their teeth. Brighton are defeated. Chelsea are into the top 6. The 10 men have hung on after Reece James was sent off late on, and Danny Welbeck pulled one back just late on to give Brighton hope after Cole Palmer had given Chelsea an early lead in the first half, and then Christian Nkunku made it 2-0 midway through the second period. It's 4 straight wins for Chelsea. It's the first time since 2022 that's happened. First time under Mauricio Pochettino. The tide seems to be turning for the Chelsea boss in his first season in West London, and looks like European football will be returning also to the Bridge. It finished here at the Amex Stadium, live on Flash Score. My pleasure to call the game. Chelsea are the winners with Brighton 1, Chelsea 2.